Well, starting tomorrow, minimum wage workers in Albuquerque should get a boost in pay. The minimum wage will climb to $8.60 an hour. According to the Albuquerque Journal, employers who provide certain kinds of health benefits will only have to pay their employees $7.60.
Well, the horse slaughterhouse in Roswell has been blocked from opening again. According to the Albuquerque Journal this morning, the state judge issued a temporary restraining order yesterday to prevent the Valley Meat Company from opening. The company had originally said it was going to open January 1st. Now a hearing is set for this Friday to determine if that temporary restraining order should be extended or not. Well, the fate of wild horses roaming near Placitas is now in limbo. Horse enthusiasts sued the person who owns the land there and the Bureau of Land Management, claiming that federal agency was not doing enough to protect the animals. A federal judge ruled against the group last year, and the 10th Circuit upheld the decision earlier this month.
Bottom line is, I wish the horses could have been just left alone and let them do their horsey thing throughout Placitas, which was kind of pretty.
But others in the area say the horses are a nuisance, and now they all want to know what this court ruling means when it comes to protecting the horses. Well, the Santa Fe Animal Shelter has launched a campaign to encourage folks to neuter their pets. Happy Neuter Year is a campaign that will let people in Santa Fe, in the city or the county, get their male dogs or cats neutered for just $20. You can get the special rate by mentioning the campaign when you schedule your appointment. Happy Neuter Year, Elizabeth.
There you go. All right, state police are now saying they recently shot a man because he had his finger on the trigger and apparently pointed it at officers. It was all a domestic violence call in Los Lunas that came in the day after Christmas. When officers got there, they say 50-year-old Ruben Sanchez barricaded himself inside the house. According to a state police investigation, Sanchez later came out pointing a rifle at officers. Officials say Officer John Valdez then shot at Sanchez twice. Sanchez is in serious condition this morning at UNM's hospital. He's charged with aggravated assault on a peace officer with a deadly weapon. Officer Valdez, who's been with the Los Lunas police for a year, was placed on paid leave as standard procedure. The case will be forwarded to the Valencia County DA, who will decide if the shooting was justified. A career criminal was indicted on federal charges yesterday that may bring that criminal career to an end. According to a federal indictment, David Savoy Thomas held up 3 different stores, all near San Mateo and Lomas. In 2010, APD says Thomas stole $60 from a McDonald's. 3 years later, police say Thomas used a knife to hold up this family dollar twice in 1 week. 2 months after that, Thomas came back to the same shopping center using a gun to get nearly $4 grand from a check and go. Thomas was arrested by APD in November. Each of his federal robbery charges could get him up to 20 years in prison.
Instead of wrapping up her latest book about crime, an author in Albuquerque is now forced to deal with a real-life plot twist. Brenda Shetman was putting the finishing touches on her latest book called True Crime when burglars broke into her home last month. They took jewelry, electronics, and her red HP laptop, which had all of her writing on it. It would take her as much as 4 months to rewrite all the story that she has lost, so she's offering $500 to see if she can get that laptop back.
To have the return of that would be just a complete blessing to me and enable me to continue on my writing career, considering this a bump in the road instead of a major hole.
Well, now Ms. Shetman backs up all of her work.
The
If someone comes forward with the information, she says she might name a character after that person.
Well, this is downright shocking. A man is shot to death at a convenience store in Michigan, and surveillance footage shows people just coming in and out of the store, ignoring the body. A 20-year-old man was leaving the store when he was shot. Afterwards, 4 different customers stepped right over and around his body. Look at this. The store clerk even continued to serve customers. The victim mother was horrified when she found out.
When they told me that people were still coming in that gas station, stepping over my child in the doorway, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. You know, that's shameful. How can you step over someone laying in a doorway and not help?
Well, finally, a 5th customer called 911. The killing happened about a year ago, but since then, the suspect in the shooting has been arrested and convicted and is now being sentenced next week.
All right, that's disturbing. Well, folks living near an erupting volcano in Indonesia are now being forced from their homes. The volcano erupted 6 times just this morning. Take a look at this. Indonesia's alert system. This is at the highest level. It's been there since the eruption started a few months ago. Now, before that, the volcano had been dormant for, get this, 400 years. A reporter in Utah is getting some well wishes, whoa, from all over after she passed out during a live interview this weekend. Brooke Graham there passed out. She managed to get up, pull it together, be able to finish the interview. Ms. Graham says that this sort of thing has happened before, and now she plans to go get checked out by a doctor.
Wow, what a trooper. I heard she has issues with the elevation and maybe it being too cold or something like that. I read about that.
I guess sure, get that checked out. She doesn't have some kind of a serious
what a
condition.
trooper.
Yeah,
she's
lucky
okay.
she
She
was
got
on
up and
snow,
she
too.
continued the interview too.
Yeah, that's why you wear helmets when you ski. A little too early for the countdown to midnight, I guess, if you're in the
No, it's not
time
early.
zone.
Let's count down.
There you go.
Let's have a
It's
countdown.
5:37 this morning. Hope you're having a great New Year's Eve.
You know, nothing like ending the year with news of the weird. A crop circle appears. We'll tell you where this is coming up. Ooh.
Hello, I'm Master Sergeant Scott Guffey at Kunsan Air Base, Korea. Happy holidays to my wife Christy and my son Nathaniel in Clovis, New Mexico.
Good morning and happy New Year's Eve. We are ending 2013 on a very nice note with lots of sunshine on the way once the sun comes up. We are looking at a few snow showers which are developing across western Colorado. Most of this will stay to our north, but areas like the San Juans of Colorado and outside of Durango could see some of this snow throughout the day today and into early tomorrow as the storm system passes to the north. But most of New Mexico will stay on the dry side over the next couple of days, and we will stay mild as well. As the storm passes to the north, we could also get a couple of spot snow showers going over the northern mountains late tonight into early tomorrow, but we're not expecting much in the way of accumulation. We'll have breezy conditions across the state with the storm passing by, and then we'll drag in a backdoor cold front, and that's going to help cool down the eastern part of the state, especially by Thursday. But then we warm right back up again into the upcoming weekend out ahead of our next storm system, which may have more impacts for the state. Here's a look at today, where we will be looking at lots of sunshine, A few more clouds toward the latter part of the day as that storm system gets a little bit closer to the state. Highs today will reach near 50 degrees, and if you have any plans to head out tonight, you'll want to bundle up because temperatures will be dropping after sunset back to the mid-30s around midnight, but you should not have any problems as far as any precip goes. We'll have a few clouds in the sky, but that's about it, and we're looking at a very nice start to the new year as well. I have more details on your New Year's Day forecast and a look ahead at the weekend storm coming up.
Folks in one town in North Dakota are being told to get out as soon as possible after a train carrying crude oil derailed and exploded. It happened outside of Castleton yesterday. It's just west of Fargo. According to BNSF, that's a railroad company, the train derailed, then another train passing by hit an oil car, causing the explosion. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Firefighters plan to let that fire burn itself out. Some incredible video there caught on camera. Well, a teenage girl in California who became brain dead after having her tonsils removed is still on life support this morning. Last night, a judge extended a restraining order to keep Jahai McMath on life support. The family says it wants to move Jahai to a hospital in New York to keep her on life support for the time being, while the hospital that she's at wants to take her off of it. We'll keep you updated, Liz.
Well, here's a weird one. Dozens of onlookers are flocking to a farm where a crop circle has appeared in a field in California. The circle is estimated to be close to 1 acre. This is in Monterey County, which is in central Cali. It's probably bad news for the owners of the field since the remaining crop may have to be destroyed. No one apparently has been able to figure out how the crop circle got there. Oh, that's pretty intricate. Time right now, 5:42 is now the time. All right, stay right there because we're going to check back in with meteorologist John Smith, who has your forecast coming up for the rest of the day and the week. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. We are looking at a very nice end to 2013 with warmer conditions for this afternoon. We're going to tack on about 5 degrees over yesterday's highs across the state. We'll have a dry northwesterly flow in place, so things will stay quiet for the last day of the year. But into New Year's Day, we have a storm system that's going to be passing to our north. That's going to help spark off a couple of light snow showers across the northern mountains. But more than anything, we're going to drag in a cold front, and that's going to help cool down the eastern part of the state, especially by Thursday. And we will see nice conditions for the end of the week as temperatures rebound back into the weekend. It'll also still stay a little breezy as well. We have another storm system on the way for the weekend, and that could have bigger impacts for the state. But for the last day of 2013, enjoy these nice temperatures, especially out east, where we're going to reach the low 60s from Tucumcari all the way down to Carlsbad. Albuquerque right around 50 degrees for a high this afternoon, even across the north into the 40s for most locations. Alamosa, one of the cooler spots, at 24 today. Now, we are going to see the mild weather through the end of the week. 50 degrees for a high on New Year's Day. That continues for Thursday as well. We'll watch a few more clouds develop over the weekend. The metro area should stay dry as that next storm system passes by this weekend. We'll have better chances of getting some snow showers over the northern mountains, but we will see the cool down behind that storm system will drop back to the low 40s for Sunday. Stay with KRQE throughout the morning. We'll have more updates for you.
Now, from the Newsplex, Elizabeth Alvarez, Matt Morrow, and meteorologist Kristen Van Dyke. This is KRQE News 13 this morning in high definition.
Good. Come over to your TV and take a look at this. Just before 6 yesterday morning, Sandia National Labs all-sky camera captured what looks like a meteor shooting across the sky. It was traveling northeast, and we got a report about it being seen shooting through the sky over Taos. Sandia Labs tells us that the video, or actually sent us a video of a fireball taken from their FACT camera in Lamy, New Mexico. They plan to triangulate that image with those captured by other cameras to get a better idea of the meteor's location. Pretty cool stuff.
That is pretty cool stuff.
All right, lucky it was a clear morning yesterday to be able to see all that.
Clear skies.
And we have another clear morning today. If we happen to see any other meteors streaking across the sky, it looks like everything's all quiet right now, though. And it is cold. If you're going to be heading out this morning, you'll want to bundle up. 27 degrees the current temperature at the Sunport. At least we do have calm winds, so we're not adding insult to injury with any winds on top of these already very cold temperatures. We're at 9 degrees below zero in Alamosa, 5 degrees in Taos, 10 in Grants, 11 in Gallup. Down to the south, temperatures mainly in the 20s. So no matter where you are in New Mexico, you're below freezing to start off the morning. So it is a very cold start to your day, but at least once the sun comes up, we will be looking at lots of clear skies. Just a few clouds over Colfax County moving through areas like Raton, and you'll also notice a little bit of snow starting to develop across southern Colorado in the San Juans. We have a storm system that is passing to our north over the next 24 hours or so, and that is going to allow for quite a bit of snowfall across Colorado. It's going to be starved for moisture in areas as far south as New Mexico, so we could see a couple of spot snow showers across the northern mountains through tonight and into early tomorrow, but for the most part, things are going to stay dry and quiet across the state. Today, a very nice way to end 2013 with warmer conditions. We'll add on about 5 degrees over yesterday's highs. Then that storm system passes to the north tonight and into tomorrow. We could see a couple of those spot snow showers over in the northern mountains. We'll also drag in a front across the eastern part of the state. That's going to help cool temperatures down, especially by Thursday, but we'll start to rebound those temperatures once again toward the end of the week and into the weekend. We have a second storm system that's going to approach for the weekend, so things will stay breezy out ahead of that storm system. And the next one does look like it will dive in a little bit farther to the south, may get a little bit more snow out of this one for our northern mountains in New Mexico over the weekend. Now, we are going to be looking at a very nice stretch of weather leading up to that. We are going to have temperatures above average in Farmington, about 5 degrees above average throughout the next several days. In Silver City, we'll be right at average and even above average by Saturday. In Roswell, temperatures will drop for Thursday behind that front, but we'll rebound those temperatures quickly into the upcoming weekend. In Las Vegas, we'll see temperatures about 2 to 7 degrees above average as well. And finally in Albuquerque, with highs right around 50 degrees over the next several days, we're going to be about 5 degrees above average. So a very nice way to ring in the new year before we watch for the possibility of another storm over the weekend. Southern Colorado, highs in the upper 30s to low 40s for this afternoon, with mostly sunny skies. We'll have a chance of grabbing a few more snow showers for Wednesday as that storm system moves through, and then the second storm system Saturday and the Sunday has a little bit better shot of bringing better snow with temperatures dropping back into the mid-30s. Over the northwest, lots of sunshine, highs into the 40s and 50s. We'll stay on the mild side in Farmington through the end of the week. Temperatures drop in the latter part of the weekend with that next storm system, and we could even grab a couple of snow showers on Sunday as well. Over the southwest, sunny skies, highs in the 50s for this afternoon. Things stay quiet through the rest of the week. Over the weekend, we watch for that next storm. Could grab a couple of snow showers, especially over the Gila during the day on Sunday. Over the southeast, sunny and warmer. Highs in the 60s for several locations. Low 60s for New Year's Day. And then we drop those temperatures behind that first storm system Thursday, rebound the temperatures out ahead of our next storm system, which drops temperatures once again for Sunday. Over the northeast, sunny and breezy, highs into the 50s and 60s. We'll drop temperatures on Thursday behind storm system number 1, then a chance at some snow showers over the weekend and into early next week with much colder temperatures with storm system number 2. Over the northern mountains, some clouds around 4 today as that storm system passes to the north. Highs in the 40s and 50s. We stay quiet through the end of the week. Then a chance at some snow showers over the weekend with that next storm system as highs drop back to the low 30s. Over the east mountains, sunny and breezy. Highs in the upper 40s to low 50s. In the metro, we'll top out right around 50 degrees this afternoon with mostly sunny skies, and we ring in the new year with a stretch of fantastic weather. Highs about 5 degrees above average. A few more clouds over the week, and we should stay dry with that next storm system here in the metro, but our temperatures will drop back to the low 40s.
It would make it more fantastic if we can get some more snow around
Yeah,
town, though.
it would, and it may get the chance for that, especially up north over the weekend.
Okay, good news. Thank you, Johnny. All right, 5:50. Let's check traffic real quick. No problems toward the Wells Fargo Bank downtown. And now Steve Trella is up with us. Sleepy this morning, Steve-O?
Well, you know what? The big guy is looking good. I-40 and I-25, they're rolling smooth. There's really no problems, incidents, or accidents to report on the freeways this morning. Looking at Paseo, yeah, it's picking up a little bit of volume. Normally does this time of morning between Coors and the I-25 interchange. And the surface streets, they're not reporting any incidents or accidents at this time. So you got a smooth go out there. Enjoy it. I'm Steve Trella, KRQE News 13 Traffic.
All right, we've got the 5 things you need to know before you go this morning, including a reminder about how to really get the new year off on a lousy note, which would be getting liquored up and driving. It should definitely not be on anybody's to-do list this year. We'll be right back. We'll make sense of all this.
Now, it sounds like
Wait. Still to come, a reminder about how to really get the new year off. No, you're not. Oh, I get it now. Yeah, I read it wrong. That's my bad. Up yours. Up yours. Sorry. Reminder about how to really get the new year off on a
For the 5 things you need to know before you head out the door this morning.
at number 5, the latest with the investigation into the hackers that stole 40 million people's personal information from Target. 3 senators are now asking for a hearing to figure out how that exactly happened.
Okay, at number 4 here in New Mexico, the Valley Meat Company will not be opening as a horse slaughterhouse tomorrow after a judge issued a temporary restraining order. The Albuquerque Journal says the judge will have a hearing Friday to see if that should go ahead and be kept in place.
At number 3, the latest with the mom accused of killing her 9-year-old son in Albuquerque. The head of CYFD says that agency was not investigating Cynthia Varela Casaus's home when police say she kicked her son to death. CYFD says it can't say anything else about the case at this point. Varela Casaus is still in jail.
A horrific story there. At number 2, on a much lighter note, it's New Year's Eve, folks. There are plenty of safe ways to go celebrate and have fun tonight. Whatever you do, please do not drink and drive. There are going to be extra patrols out, saturation patrols, DWI checkpoints. You know the drill. For information on how you can get home safely, if you have too much to drink, you can head to our website, krqe.com, and click on KRQE links.
And at number 1, it is going to be a quiet and really nice end to 2013 weather-wise, with mild weather, temperatures about 5 degrees above average by the afternoon, but it is going to be a cold start. Only 31 degrees by 9 o'clock. And you'll also notice a few clouds starting to build in toward the latter part of the day. Not going to lead to any problems as far as any plans this evening if you're going to be heading out and about, but we will have a storm passing to our north. Could see a little bit of light northern mountain snow, especially by early tomorrow.
Okay, just a couple quick heads up on the news here on News 13. Today's noon show is actually going to be at 11 o'clock this morning, and then tomorrow we will be here, but from 5 to 7. We will not be here at 4:30. So you get to sleep in a half hour, basically.
And then join us at 5 a.m.
And
when you're
do the
probably
news.
just getting home, eating your taco cabana or whatever from the,
5 o'clock.
you know, I don't know, parties and stuff.
Yeah, it's a little late to be getting home. I might as well just stay where
5
you are and
a.m.
sleep in
I
a little
remember
bit.
those days. Remember? No.
No,
You don't remember those days?
No, I just.
You're just such a good guy, Matt.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, that's me.
Such
That
a
is me.
non-partier. Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, you know me. All right, stick around. We'll have more news, weather, and traffic for you here on KRQE News this morning on this New Year's Eve, right after this.
If you don't stay up too late tonight, ring in the new year with us right here on KRQE News this morning.
We'll get you caught up on all the news, and we'll have the 5 things you need to know before you go. So we'll see you tomorrow on KRQE News this morning, starting at 5. Good morning to you. Happy New Year's Eve, and welcome to KRQE News this morning. I'm Matt Morrow.
Good morning to you. I'm Elizabeth Alvarez. Yes, today is Tuesday, December 31st. Happy New Year's Eve and Happy New Year's to those folks over in Australia. It's 2014 over there.
It is, you know, people are streaming live online. So people there could be watching, like the families of Hugh Greenwood, Cameron Bairstow. They're from down under, mate.
I like
And
that.
the families of the Tasmanian Devils that just got to Albuquerque. But first, let's
Happy
get
New
your
Year's
forecast.
Eve.
Meteorologist John Smith. Hey, John.
Help.
Hello, Matt. All right, here's a look at your forecast. We are going to be looking at some cold temperatures to start out this morning. In fact, right now, well below zero in Alamosa, 10 degrees below to be exact. 5 degrees in Taos, 10 in Grants, 11 in Gallup. Albuquerque starting in the mid-20s and the 20s across the south as well. We are looking at a nice end to 2013. By the afternoon, we will actually be about 5 degrees above average. We have a storm that's going to pass to our north for New Year's Day, and then another storm that's going to be passing through over the weekend. I'll have all the details coming up.
All right, more on the New Year's fun in just a bit. First, we want to start off this morning talking about how a Public Regulation Commission foul-up means trouble for the green cab company.
Yeah, the New Mexico State Supreme Court has ruled the PRC failed to follow state law when it allowed the Green Cab Company to open up in Albuquerque. For the past 2 years, it has been business as usual, but now Green Cab Company's future is hazy. Back in 2011, 2 other cab companies wanted to block Green Cab from opening, so they filed a protest with the PRC saying another cab company in town could put them out of business. But the PRC never allowed a hearing about this, and Green Cab opened up.
Time, the commission didn't believe that Yellow Cab, the intervener in this case, had made a strong enough case for itself in terms of showing why another cab company, why there was no public need for another cab company.
So now the process starts all over again. Green Cab has to apply for a certificate to operate, and the competing taxis have to prove there's no need for a third cab company in Albuquerque.
Now, you may want to write the number of all 3 of those taxis down if you plan on ringing in the new year tonight with a toast or 2. New Mexico State Police and officers from every other law enforcement agency are stepping up their DWI enforcement. So unless you want to ring in the new year in handcuffs, just know officers will be out in full force. They will be pretty much everywhere patrolling the highways and roads, enforcing DWI and traffic laws. In Bernalillo County, free rides are being offered by Tavern Taxi tonight. The taxi will pick you up from the bar and take you straight home at no charge. The county is picking up the tab for the ride. It runs from 10 tonight through 3 in the morning. Just ask your bartender to call for you. And partiers in Santa Fe County can take advantage of the $1 cab ride home tonight. It's subsidized by the county, which will pay cab fares of up to $25. Anything over that has to be subsidized by the rider. The number to call is 438-0000. Just ask your bartender or server to call for you.
It is 6:02 now. The Secretary of the Children, Youth and Families Department says the state was not currently investigating a mother now charged with killing her 9-year-old son in Albuquerque. A criminal complaint we got a hold of shows CYFD was investigating the family of Omari Varela after the boy allegedly threatened to hurt himself and said he was abused in the past. Well, last night, CYFD secretary released this statement saying, quote, CYFD had no active case with this family at the time of the incident. The state says it cannot comment any more about this case. Now, Omari's mother, Cynthia Varela Casals, is accused of kicking that boy to death on Sunday at their home on Comanche Northeast near San Mateo. In court, she tried to bargain her way out of a $100,000 cash bond the judge set, claiming she was going to have brain surgery.
Is there any way I can ask if there's anywhere they can lower my bond a little bit? That way I can make sure I get to my surgery, because they're not even giving me my medication in here. And if it's, I mean, I can't pay $100,000, but I could pay like $75,000 or $50,000 cash. 75,000 cash, 80,000 cash.
Well, the judge kept the bond at $100,000, again cash only, and Ms. Varela Casals is still in jail this morning. Well, the woman who only got probation for seriously hurting a 6-year-old girl with her car in Albuquerque a few years ago is now facing new charges.
There are no words that can explain how deeply sorry that I am that this tragic accident happened.
Well, that is Mallory Chavez apologizing in court after she was driving without a license and hit Kaylin Ford as she crossed the street on the west side in February of 2009. Well, Chavez got 3 years probation for it. Well, now Ms. Chavez has been arrested again, this time for not going to court for another traffic violation. On August 9th, police say Ms. Chavez was speeding here near Led and Edith with her kids in the car and ignored an officer yelling at her to stop, even after he stepped into the street. When she finally did pull over, Ms. Chavez claimed her kids had the radio too loud. A 23-year-old woman is now facing a murder charge accused of killing the man found lying in the middle of a highway in Rio Rancho last weekend. Police arrested Amanda Jo Lucero after they say she admitted to shooting Andrew Anderson after a fight on Saturday. Anderson was found lying in the middle of Highway 528 and died at the hospital. Lucero told investigators that Anderson stole things from her home, so she and some others confronted him with a loaded gun. And at one point, Lucero pulled the trigger. Also arrested in connection with the murder are these two, Emily Lucero and John Cerna.
2 jailbreaks sparked security step up at the Roosevelt County Detention Center. During both escapes in June and September, inmates managed to bust out through the roof using a bed leg. The jail is now getting a new roof and a razor wire will be installed to line that new roof. The money to pay for the improvements comes from a fund for housing inmates from other counties. Testimony to how indifferent people have become to the plight of another. Surveillance video here showing people coming in and out of a store, stepping over a man who had just been shot to death. We're going to show you more of this shocking video coming up in our next half hour, find out where this happened, and hear from the dead man's mother.